Yes, so let's get to know about you. Who are you?
Okay, my name is Solumide Olagubikon, and I'm a Nigerian. I'm from Ondo State, and I'm a cartoonist. Also an animator. I'm a web developer, a software programmer. I think that's what's about all about me.
Okay, we're going to be taking on that cartoon part of you. Now tell us, who is a cartoonist?
Well, a cartoonist can be seen as a social commentator who uses issues around his country or around his environment, as it were, to talk about or draw people's attention to key elements of things going on in the society or in its environment, using various types of expressions, either exaggeration, either sometimes just opposing issues. Basically, that's what a cartoonist could be.
Now, you are a cartoonist in Nigeria. How do you put cartoonists in the context of Nigeria? Would you say the cartoonist in Nigeria hasn't had a fair deal?
I wouldn't say that actually. For me, I think that field is actually going on a decline for me. Partly so because we don't have so many platforms that can give cartoonists the privilege to actually hear their talents. One. Two, one of the key things I've discovered personally is that cartooning is more of a calling, a natural instinct. There is no university that I know of in Nigeria where you can go and study cartooning, as it were. So it is out of your discovery that you delve into that area, and we don't really have so many of them around as you should be.
Okay, can you mention some veteran cartoonists in Nigeria, living and dead, and their impact on social reengineering?
One that really comes to mind is Josie Ajiboye, who in the 70s was very, very prominent on the Sunday Times, precisely, using his pocket cartoon as a punchline to talk to the Nigerian audience on issues as such as marriage, such as lifestyle, health, politics, name it. We also have people like Alu Eroje, who also did a lot with his Omoba cartoons as well. Yes.
Okay. Now, as a cartoonist in Nigeria, would you say that you are contributing your own quota, and would you say the environment is also supporting you and enabling for you?
Wow, that's a tough one. Well, for me, I think we are contributing our own quota in our own little way that we can. First and foremost, I said it earlier, we don't have enough media or platform or medium, so to say, to channel your efforts via. But in our own little way, what we have done is that we have established our site. It's been on for precisely about 8 years now. And if you get to our site, you see some of our works, and some of the things we talk about there are things going on in the society. We use our comic books to also talk about issues about sudden wealth, young people not paying attention to hard work, and they suddenly want to become rich. We have books that talks about things like that. We talk about HIV/AIDS, polio, and name it. But for the environment itself, what I've discovered is that Nigerians is a mix. Nigerians love cartoon in one way, but the environment has not allowed Nigerians to have that patience as it should be, because Nigerians are in a hurry. People are going about their day bread, and they talk, what's cartoon? What do I want to do? That will not bring money or food on my table. But if they have the time, you will also discover that they love it if they have that patience to look at it. But the economic situation is what could I say is the bane. But for younger people who don't have any worries, anytime it's cartoon, then their day is made.
Now, we're talking about the topics you have been looking at, societal issues like corruption, democracy, governance. Do you think you've been able to push your message directly to the doorsteps of Nigerians and beyond?
Precisely, that would be no, because the change that I desire, I have not seen it, and secondly, not many Nigerians know or have seen my works as much as I would have loved to. So I don't think so. I wouldn't acknowledge to that, because even when you try to put your works in popular newspaper or news publishing firms, they already have their own insiders, their own homegrown cartoonists, and they will not want to forgo theirs for your own content. And then secondly, sometimes your work is subject to editorial scrutiny. So meaning that your ideas will still have to be under some sort of check, which is good. I'm not against that, but sometimes because of the sensitivity of issues, you might not be able to really drive home your point the way you would have loved it. So
what's the key message you're sending to Nigerians now?
Fantastic. For us now, we are sending a lot of messages in the areas of how our society can actually move forward from where it is now to a better society, and taking a look at some of the issues both from the angle of the followers and the angle of the leaders. So we are not focusing on leaders, because Nigerians are quick to point all the accusing fingers on our leaders that they've not done right. For example, there's a project we also want to work on, we are coming up with shortly, which is, I've noticed that there are some places here in Lagos where they do not have an overhead bridge in time past. But recently, the government of the day has put in place an overhead bridge, yet our people do not go via those platforms. They still prefer to risk their life and cross the main road. So these are Nigeria is kind of a complex place, and this is the area that cartoon can actually play its key role. Once you have cartoons and animations talking to people pay attention. If you have a cartoon on a downfall or a BLT, maybe hitting someone, which is not real anyway, it can really convey the hazard, and change our people's attitude. So that is basically what we are trying to look at.
Okay. So if you had to advise Nigerians and to give just a word to Nigerians as it relates to the forthcoming general elections, what would you say?
Well, first and foremost, first thing I'd like to say is that let's shun partisan politics, let's shun violence. I believe in Nigeria. I'm proudly Nigerian, and I think that we should all play our role as a people. It doesn't matter whether you lose or you win. In the US, that we copy the democracy. Even losers, at the end of the day, choose to work with the eventual winner to progress the country. The country belongs to you, belongs to your children, belongs to your children's children. So if we damage the country now, what do you want to give back to your own children and to the generation unborn? So we should shun violence, and let's vote our conscience and our hearts. That's my advice.
Yeah,